Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome back to Let's Level Every Class the World of Warcraft War Within series, episode 8, featuring our Maniac Mage Malakia. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Top right corner of the screen is going to be a playlist card which will take you directly to Malakia's leveling campaign journey. And throughout this video and all videos yet to come, there'll be a top right corner of the screen. There'll be a playlist card which will take you to other characters and their respective leveling campaigns. We have Human Warrior Malakia, Blood Up Paladin Valera, Void Elf Monk Novazaru, Drenai Shaman Marame, Death Knight, Joey Quinn, and many more characters yet to come. I'm telling you, one of these days I'm going to flop on that intro, but we'll keep it going as long as I can. Thank y'all so much as always, family. Shukran. Oh, look at this. Look at this gigantic arachnid. Golly, that dude looks nasty. Oh, you know that's the type of venom you don't want to get in your system. But we are over here in Hillsbrad Foothills. We have a lot going on over here, and this is the southwestern side of Hillsbrad. Now, in Classic, a little point of interest here. A big difference with retail, modern retail, however you want to say it, World of Warcraft in comparison to Classic, this area was compromised with a faction of Alliance, and they pretty much had this whole area in this mine down packed. It's the southwest and the southeast corridor that pretty much the Alliance had a pretty decent stronghold or stranglehold on this little areas. But it looks like in retail, I'm doing a little taunt here, but looks like in retail, the Horde have pretty much taken care of quite a bit of Hillsbrad. There is some area that I've noticed on the map that appears to be compromised, but we'll see. We'll see what's going on over there and take care of stuff. Oh, this is nasty, dude. Come on. We get to look at this captured. Is this how we rock? This is how we do it. Forsaken family, this is how we rock. This is crazy. I mean, I know we typically don't take any prisoners. Dang, look at that dude, he's huge. Or she. The bigger they are, it's always, if in the insect kingdom, if the bigger the insect is, it's actually more than likely a female. There's some varying differences, but for the most part, if it's big, it's probably a female. I think males are typically smaller in the insect world, but either way, we're going to have some fun with this. Look how degrading this looks. You chain them up and you got them, double locked and freaking secured to the rear with the chains, and you're chaining the neck and dragging them like they're some kind of pet. That's crazy. That's like something a warlock would do, not a mage. We're a little bit more of the nobility on the magus side of life. Warlocks, I mean, they just do what they want. I don't think anybody is gonna ever tell a warlock what they can and cannot do. I still say warlocks are kind of like the red mage of World of Warcraft, just because of the dot damage and I mean, they have some elemental stuff, but it's like a mixture between summoning and just like corruption and stuff like that. It's really cool. And the fact that for warlocks, y'all get the green fell fire that skin, or not skin, or the appearance for your spells. I mean, you have to go do the quest and whatnot, but you get access to that, and that looks absolutely sick. I cannot wait to do a warlock just for the sake of getting that transmog, because that is just beautiful, absolutely stunning. Also, warlocks, I don't know how y'all feel, but warlocks have rocked the tier game for a long time in terms of like transmog appearances and stuff. I feel like warlocks have truly had the upper hand in most cases. Tier 1 is okay, but Tier 2 is insane. Tier 2 is one of my favorite tier sets of all time, and I never played Warlock. I have never touched a single Warlock in my existence, but that tier set is to be respected. Honestly, a lot of classes did really, really well on tier 2. I think everybody was eating good on tier 2. Shaman was the only one I think that was kind of like iffy. Maybe, well no, Warriors look good. I'm sorry, I was getting Warriors confused with their tier 1 set, which it could be hit or miss. Paladin, I mean, we all know the Lightbringer. We all know the Judgment set for tier 2, so there's no argument there. Hunters with the dragon set, that looks beautiful. The purple with the regal purple with the gold, that looks beautiful. I mean, there's so many different good tier sets. What are y'all's favorite? I'd be very curious to know what some of y'all's favorite are. So I think now would also be a good time to bring up the fact that y'all's support has been incredible and amazing throughout the Let's Level series and each character's campaign thus far. Episode 4 recently of the Mage's leveling campaign did absolutely phenomenal. Like, way more numbers than a series normally does. I don't know, you know, is the Let's Level series starting to catch on, or it's, you know, getting more attention, or I don't know, getting pushed to the algorithm of some kind. It's funny because back in the day, we really, as Let's Players, we really didn't pay too much attention to those technological things, like the IT side of it, or the data engineering, analytics, all that. Like, we didn't really pay attention to any of that. YouTube was a different world back in the day. And while I'm still studying about, as I'm sure most creators do, we take our time to study learn what we can about algorithms and stuff like that. We just try to do what we can, and then you learn a little bit about SEOs and learn about coding and stuff, just whatever. I mean, I went to college for a subsect of IT, so I kind of understood things a little bit, but it's still very cool and interesting to see just how YouTube has come, like, YouTube from 2006 up till now. I'm pretty much happy I got to see YouTube like just transform over the years. It's been pretty cool, and I'm sure most of you probably feel the same, or maybe even slightly different. But regardless, the Mage's episode with Escape from Fenris Isle was insane. Y'all's support is incredible. I checked the channel dashboard, like, what was it, a day or two after that thing uploaded, and I was like, what in the world happened? So cool. But thank y'all so much. It was truly, I don't know what else to say except shukran. Thank you. I'm glad y'all are enjoying the series. I think the Mage's series is going to have a lot going on to it, because there's a lot of moving pieces. And here we are with Trouble at the Sludge Fields with Warden Stillwater. Warden Stillwater, weren't you a boss in Icecrown Citadel? You look exactly like somebody that I know, and that I just defeated. Oh, this is a cool little place. Look at this, y'all. I mean, I know it's called the Sludge Fields, but this actually looks pretty freaking cool. To me, at least. Man, look at that. So we still got some of this leftover Scourge. We've got some Creeping Abominations. What are those? Those don't look like plants that are buried in the fields. That didn't look like any pumpkin I've ever seen. And it looks like we also have some necromancy going on here. Well, at least it's divided into 4 different little sections. This thing looks like this looks like a RuneScape minigame. You know what I mean? Like, for anybody that played RuneScape or OSRS or any of that, does the layout of this area not look like it could not be like a scheduled minigame of some kind? How freaking cool. But yeah, family, I'm glad y'all are enjoying the Forsaken Mage series. The Forsaken truly are very, very close to my heart. I talk about Blood Mages and I hype them up all the time. I'm sure we all do, but the Forsaken truly were my first. Like, this is, I reference the Blood Elves and Blood Elf Paladins specifically. It's like, that's really where my journey kind of began, but my very first footsteps were with the Forsaken, and they are very close to my heart. Undercity is my favorite city in this entire game. If I ever could live somewhere, or like if dude, once player housing comes out and we get some actual Forsaken area. So, did y'all see what was coming with player housing and everything we're getting in Midnight? Yo, dude. Dude. We are, oh my gosh, we're gonna be eating good. But Silvermoon City revamp looks beautiful. Cannot wait to go back there. I'm sure many here are gonna agree. You're probably gonna roll a Blood Elf. I wouldn't be surprised to see a boatload of Blood Elf Paladins. I'd salute y'all. Salute all of y'all. But like, player housing, did you guys see the different plots and everything with the most recent announcement that came out? Dude, sick. So many different plots, different little areas. I'm very curious to know if it's going to be instanced in the case of, are we going to have layers? Like, are we going to be on different layers, and how do the plots all compete with one another? So for instance, if there's like a guild neighborhood, but it's all like, is it tied to a database or a server or something? Like, is it all just going to be like, is all the NA servers going to be tied to the one database, or is it going to be server specific? That's something I need to read upon if any of that information's come out yet. But the different plots, all of them look good. The Alliance, y'all look good. I'm jealous that you guys have the Duskwood. You guys have the Duskwood area looking places, and I'm very jelly of that. Very jelly of that, because from the Horde side, we don't have that. we don't have any Forsaken area in there. It's all primarily, there's like mostly like orcs and barons and troll, and you do have a little bit of the Tauren influence there, but nothing for the undead. Oh, this explains why those dudes. Okay, when we had that flyover, these did not look like pumpkins to me, but they're human seedlings, dude. Buried alive, no doubt. Like, look at this. They're buried alive. How freaking sick. Who's doing this type of experiments, man? I mean, I'm one to talk. Down in the Undercity for the Forsaken, we have over in where the priest trainer is, one of the main priest trainer keeps I don't know if she's a concubine, but he keeps this human female pet that's blindfolded, and he basically like just treats her as like a pet kind of thing. I'm sure many of you know what I'm talking about. It's that one NPC. But yeah, so it was kind of cool to see. But I mean, still, this goes a little bit above and beyond from what I would have planned. You know, I would just take no prisoners really, but this is a different kind of torment here. You know, not really up to my liking. But yeah, player housing is gonna look good. I think when we get like a night elf area, and then we get a blood elf area, and then obviously so on and so forth, unless they're just going to continue with the housing themes, which is fine, don't get me wrong. The housing looks awesome to me. It all looks great. I'm just hoping we get to create a plot, eventually create a plot like in a Brill or like a Tirisfall Glades type of setting or whatnot. You know, that would throw me over the roof. Now, it is interesting. Correct me if I'm wrong, family. Do correct me if I'm wrong. But I do believe we're going to be, like, each zone is strict to whatever faction you're tied to. So, like, if you're a human, you can't make a plot. You can't buy a house and create a plot in any neighborhood that would be, like, Forsaken or Horde themed. I think you can still get and make pieces. Wait a minute. Who are these guys? Johnny Awesome. Hey, man, what are you crying for, Johnny? What the heck? Dude, what are you crying for? I just saw you at the Hillsbrad Gate. Like, I quite literally just saw you passing through the gate. Now you're sitting here crying? Get out of here. We don't cry as blood elves. Somebody throw some water on him. He'll be fine. Freedom from Laidan. Da, 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 da. Yeah, this is kind of... huh. Wait a minute. That makes a little bit more sense. Wait a minute. Okay, so it looks like we have some betrayal within the ranks here. Not these two, maybe necessarily, but that little, our little friend over there. See? I knew it. Dude, I have a great sneaking suspicion sometimes. Alright, let's go ahead and free my boys here. Obviously, this blood. This dude, I'm about to toss a bucket of water or throw a frostbolt in Johnny Awesome over here. Snap out of it, man. You're a blood elf. Give me a break. So, definitely looks like we got a little bit of betrayal going on here. But we're going to go ahead and fix that. Because I'm more reluctant to believe somebody else who's not a part of the apothecary. But, family, if y'all are enjoying the content, like would be awesome. Commenting for constructive feedback. Subscribing to the channel if and only if I've earned that trust. And shoutouts to Obrion Kenobi, Jay Young, Kazard99, Lulu Cordia Perono, the home people. Shoutouts to the Void fam. Y'all are incredible, amazing, awesome community that we're growing here. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal. Wow, excuse me, phenomenal. Can't stress that enough. A little bit of a tongue tie there. My apologies, family. But y'all are incredible. The Void fam community is growing day by day. It's really like becoming something, which is awesome to see. A channel is nothing without its community and its support, and I really try to make y'all feel like y'all are a part of this journey. Whether you've got a character right now, you got a tune that you're leveling, coinciding with a video series, or you just want to relax and get to enjoy some World of Warcraft in the background, or relive World of Warcraft through a novice's perspective on things while getting to level every class with a different race every time, or at least most of the time, with each new season to be had. Shukran. I really cannot stress that enough. Shukran, family. Is Johnny Awesome based on Johnny Bravo? This just hit my mind. I'm a big fan of Cartoon Network, and my favorite cartoon of all time is Ed, Edd n Eddy, but is he based on somebody? Like, is he based on a player from back in the day, or is he actually like just based... Is he just based? No, that's the wrong. Is he just based? Is he based? I mean, little Uber town. Like, is there some lore here I don't know? I'm thinking Johnny Bravo. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Let's go ahead and take care of this necromancer right here. Hey, buddy. Let's go ahead and get off my farm. These crops, look at all these mushrooms and stuff. This crop isn't taken care of. You're stressing me out here. As a country boy, you are stressing me out, sir. You need to go. Nice. He actually went down a lot easier than I thought he did. Or than I thought he would have. So, Master Apothecary, the Blight must end. Level 64. Y'all, we are 5 levels away. I'm really hoping I can get Hillsbrad, more of Hillsbrad done, because now I'm very interested. I want to see what's going on here. Alright, so let's go confront what's-his-name, because I had a sneaking suspicion that he was a part of the Scourge secretly, or he may just be just like a rogue part of the Forsaken, which is not cool. We don't respect that around these parts. Sylvanas did nothing wrong, by the way. Just saying. I love that. He was like, light on, what? What are you doing? What are you doing here? What are you doing, Laidan? I just locked you up, buddy. Just for a little bit. What are you doing? What do you say? Oh, gosh. Yeah, we don't respect some traitors around here. See, I don't trust Forsaken that have the gas masks on. I don't trust them. I mean, I know the Blight and Plague and all that, but I don't trust these guys. They look like dudes from Ratchet and Clank with Blackwater City, like the first Ratchet and Clank. For those of you that know, deranged. lunatic. This is what happens when science goes to too many people's minds and they think they're holier than thou, you know? They just think they're holier than some. They think they're above everything, you know, spiritually and everything else. It's crazy. Oh, hey. I mean, I'll just blizzard my way out of here. It's not a problem. Oh, come on, really? Oh, hey. Okay. That was, okay, that was different. That was different. I was trying to, like, my thought, okay, wow. You know, for as epic as that was looking, and that, I honestly thought that was going to be a lot more epic than what it was. Nope. He went down before I even had, he went down before I even had a chance to do anything. Master Apothecary, Lydon, glad you are alive, well. Glad we got, you know, glad I helped, you know, was able to get y'all through this little troubling time frame, but that was kind of a little bit of a letdown, not gonna lie. Like, I barely even had a second to do anything. Lydon was, man, Lydon must have been pissed. He must have just been like, all right, this is enough is enough. Let's get a picture for with these three. Snap a pic for the gram, you know what I mean? Johnny Awesome, Master Apothecary, and y'all's truly, my like y'all. All right, family, let's go see what other quests we can take care of in Hillsbrad. This is getting very interesting. So what's messed up now is, and y'all may be wondering why I have this ridiculous looking backpack contraction on my back right now, or on Malakiel's back. So we got to do a little bit of cleanup, basically collecting some samples with some of these slimes and such. Dude, I just mentioned Blackwater City and Ratchet and Clank, right? I just mentioned that. Does this not remind y'all of Blackwater City? Because it does to me. It's funny. But we were tasked by another portion of the Horde to just go ahead, get some samples, clean up, boosting, giving a buff to these Dark Rangers over here, which is kind of odd because they're not really doing in combat. But I'm looking at the map marker and it looks like the one of these quests, specifically the one for the Dark Rangers, is tied probably to the outskirts a little bit more. Because I was just like, why are we giving the Dark Rangers buffs right now when they're not really walking around and doing anything? It's not like they're helping me, but I think we have to actually go help them in a little bit. But we'll go ahead and cross that bridge as it comes, family. So one of the videos did receive a very interesting comment that I did think I would address because I thought it was actually very interesting, and I think this would help y'all understand my thought process a little bit. Let's Level series as a whole. Core concept is leveling every class, different race every time, and just getting to experience Azeroth through a novice's perspective. I have played, and I did play when vanilla was around. I stopped just basically the middle to late portion of Wrath of the Lich King. I really didn't do a whole lot of raiding, didn't do a whole lot of endgame. I was always a leveler. I was always in dungeons, leveling, all that stuff. But I was also a very hardcore FF11 player, and I didn't pay too much attention to WoW story or anything. Like I paid attention, but I didn't give it the same respect at the time that I did FF11. And that's the reason that I say I'm really playing this game through a novice's perspective. It's all about, you get to learn from my mistakes. You get to see, how do I tank in dungeons? What's my thought process? What my thought process is. What spec do we go with specific classes? Why do I choose that spec? You know, just to make each series and leveling journey entertaining. The blueprint idea of the series as a whole, the skeleton, if you will, is based on a traditional Let's Play style commentary. Keep everything pretty simple, not straight to the point necessarily, but keep it fun, keep it simple. Y'all get to learn about me as a person, what I do, and just have some fun, really. You know, kind of treat the series as a modernized version of a Let's Play, if you will, for those of you that were back in YouTube back in the day for Let's Playing, for commentary and such. So we're definitely going to talk about the game. I'm going to talk about some interesting points. That does not make me an expert. However, it doesn't make me an expert at all. I'm really learning. We're learning together, if that makes sense, which I think is very fun. It adds a huge, nice little element to the game, or to the series. Now, if a VOD has, let's say, Silverpine, this was a great comment that this individual brought up. It really was. The episode was Silverpine, but we did time walking dungeons. Now, definitely not trying to fool anyone. Silverpine is definitely a part of that VOD. But to break up the monotony a little bit, or to break it up and to keep things interesting and fresh, what I do is I will do an introduction. Let's say it's our first episode and we're in this zone, like Silverpine, Hillsbrad, and such. Typically what I do is I'll ease the character into the area. Let's start with a few quests, but if we've been questing a lot, and usually it's like the first, oh hello, this dude's drowning. Orc, you can definitely stand up there, good sir. You're okay. Calm down. You're all right, buddy. You're all right, buddy. So what I like to do is, if the first 2 episodes of any Let's Level series is primarily questing, but by the episode 3 and 4, I start to rotate dungeons into the fray, especially if there's a time walking campaign going on. Now, with that being said, I'll do maybe 1 or 2 just to get a feel for the class in a team setting, because questing I pretty much primarily do solo. But with that, I want to showcase and highlight the elements and aspects of being in a team setting, because not everybody likes to play tank. Not everybody likes to be a healer. I get that 100%. We all can damage. Heck, not everybody may like to be a damage dealer. You may be interested in a class, and you may be nervous. You may be nervous about being a paladin, first time being a paladin tank, and trying to get the flow of the team and the dynamic and the coordination and stuff like that. That's where I come in. I'll fill that gap, and I really want to fill that gap. So when you see me potentially play a class, it may be for the first time. Monk, Nova's when we did Let's Level for the Monk series, Novazaru was my first time playing a Monk. Shaman with Maurame, that was the first time, and I was primarily healing. And let me tell you, those BFA dungeons are chaotic, but it was fun. So that's why you may see the title of the episode. Yes, it is the area, and the area is a prime element of the VOD, for sure. But we are going to introduce dungeons in there, and that's just to help break things up. It's just to show you, to consistently be able to showcase both sides of the, not both sides of the story, but both sides of what it means to play this class in its entirety, not just questing, not just questing. This is retail. We have so many different elements that we can utilize. You know what I mean? We have so many different elements that we can utilize. In retail, you can quest all the way to 80, no problem. You probably would be able to quest all the way to 90, no problem when that comes to midnight. And that's cool. But I'm a dungeoneer. I love my dungeons, and I like to be able to just jump in there, showcase it. Even if I screw up, I want to show those screw ups, because that's what makes the Let's Level series important, and it makes it fun. Learn from my mistakes. We get to learn together. We get to experience different specs, for now, season 1, I definitely like each season. I'm going to stay true to that spec that I choose and level the whole entire way through. But maybe next season we'll do a red paladin or a holy paladin, because holy paladins I think are very underrated. But maybe we'll get to do that. Maybe we'll get to try. Maybe you guys will decide, hey, try this class, this race, this spec, this combination. All right, no problem. I'll do it. No problem. Challenge accepted. I'm down for anything. So I hope that explains it a little bit of what my thought process is when I choose what to name an episode and such. It's not to try to fool anybody, because that is, again, the area is true. Like everything you see in the thumbnails, no, that's what you're getting in the VOD. There's no tomfoolery going on here. It's all 100%. It's all very from the heart, if that makes sense. All right, so we have the orc. We got the dark rangers over here. Let's go ahead and buff her up. I don't know if she's going to survive, but we're going to go ahead and help her out with these Worgen, these rotten flea bags. Get out of here, dudes. Also, completely forgot. It just hit my mind. I said tomfoolery. I don't know if y'all are old enough to even remember when our parents used to say that stuff, like don't know none of this tomfoolery going on. Like, man, I am such a 90s child. There's no denying that. I'm such a 90s child, y'all. Tomfoolery, oh my goodness. Do people even say that anymore? Ay, ay. But we're back here. We're back here in the not the Sludge Fields, but we're back here in this area because there's an elite over here that I really want to try to see if we can take care of. Now, this was recommended to be at least a group of players. I want to see if I can do it, family. As soon as I can take care of these dudes. Get rid of these guys. Man, Hillsbrad is very interesting. It transformed since its classic days, that's for sure. Hillsbrad in classic, I mean, I was going and hunting the human the human farmers and such. I mean, dude, as a mage, you would be casting Blizzard AoE farming all of those, dude. Yep. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. But man, dude, if you were in a zone and there was like a group of mages AoE farming, there was a chance you were probably not going to get any of those quests done that were tied to that area. Like if you had to hunt all those dudes. Chet the Slime Breeder, you are a big fella, my friend. Look at that face. It's haunting. He's just staring at us menacingly. Can I do this? Can I do this? I think we can do this. Let's try it. Let's try it. All right, let's get our clones out. Hit up a blizzard. Let's see what I can. Oh wow, they didn't last long. Man, he's tanky. He's really tanky. Let's see what it can do. Okay, big damage, big damage. Not good, not good. Quarter of a health. Shucks. Dang it. Dang it. Oh, man. You know, that was a pretty rough start, but we started to dish out a lot of damage. If my clones were able to tank, if they were able to tank just a little bit more hits, I think we might have been able to do it. I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 right now, fam. I think we can do it. I mean, this isn't hardcore. What's the use in not trying, you know? What is the use in not trying? Man, he's tanky though. He's a tanky boy. That's for sure. If only I had another backup player to kind of help and assist with this. I mean, I don't mind. It's just the challenge of it. If I can pull him, or if I can just like slow him down and then kind of pull him over here, maybe like dot kite him. Well, I can. I mean, mages don't really have a whole heck of a lot of dots. Maybe if I was a warlock, I could probably dot kite him. But kiting in WoW is, you guys call it, see, in World of Warcraft, you guys call it LOS, line of sight. In Final Fantasy, we would call it kiting, or dot kiting is pretty much what we would refer to it as. So, little interesting tidbit of terminology. I was just trying to think, how are we going to do this, family? I really want to get this quest done just to get it. Oh, hello. Spawns. That's not good. I'm definitely going to have to take care of that little slime dude. Because I want my exit. Yeah, I knew you were going to aggro, dude. I want my exit to be as clear as possible. Because if I have to make a beeline out of here, then I need to make a beeline out of here. I can just teleport, run out. Oh, hello. Hey, it's a Vulpin dude, Rock Dog. What's up, buddy? I see you're taking care of those quests too. They're doing the quest right now that I was doing. Oh, heck yeah, let's do it, buddy. Let's do this. Let's go. A little bit of teamwork. A Vulpin D. Yeah, it's a Vulpin Death Knight. Wow. Shoutouts to you, buddy. Vulpin Death Knight. That's a combination I haven't seen yet. Dish out some big damage because I want Rock Dog to stay alive. Because if he drops, I'm definitely dropping. But that's not going to happen. Mashallah. Great job, team. Awesome teamwork. Who says you can't get elites done in retail? Mind you, I'm on a small server. I'm on Blood Furnace. We're not a big server either, so who says you can't get these elite quests done? Shoutouts to Rock Dog, dude. Rocking the house. I don't care what anybody says about Vulpins. Vulpins are awesome. I have seen some Vulpins rock the house in dungeons. I have seen them run a dungeon like you wouldn't believe. Y'all are awesome. Better than those mecha gnomes and gnomes. Shoutouts to my Alliance family. Nothing but love. Nothing but love to the gnome family. I have a little bit of bias, and there's a reason. Alright, we have taken care of the fields, helped and assisted the Dark Rangers, freed our Master Apothecary, and shoutouts to Johnny Awesome assisting them in the Sludge Fields. Our journey to Hillsbrad is really jam-packed with a lot of action, family. And to top it all off, we have also assisted in getting our orc buddy over here, his dragon companion, back up and running. And he's really upset. This gentleman over here is incredibly upset, and he decided, hey, we're gonna go ahead and get back at these Alliance Familia, and we're gonna go ahead and take their battle plans. I happen to know where the location is, up in this little island. So that's what we're doing right now, which is very cool. Gonna go ahead and take care of these dwarfs on their battle rams. Shoutouts to the Los Angeles Rams, by the way, good football team. I like his guild name, Red Like My Rage. Johnny Awesome had what? Ubertown, Red Like My Rage. Were these really named? Somebody, if you know, help me out here with lore wise. Were they named after actual guilds from back in the day? I'm not seeing any. Okay, this is desolate. There's a camp. There's a bonfire right there. I'm not seeing anybody. And there's a table, but there's no battle plans. Did I miss? Oh, okay. Okay, so keep that in mind. If you fly into the area that you're questing in, there's a chance that everything won't load properly. So if you go back or go down a little bit, everything will load in properly, it seems. That's pretty cool. You have a plan of your own, my friend? Sure. Let's discuss this little battle plan. I think with us two we'll be just fine. What? You want me to what? So you want me to run in, grab the plans, and then completely ditch you? What kind of plan is that? I think we were just starting to... Whoa, he's Leroying. This dude's Leroying. What the heck? I mean, okay, here, I'll take the battle plans. I'm coming to help you, man. We're gonna be fine. What the We're not leaving him. We're totally not leaving him. Okay, it looks like she's flying around. That is a good companion right there. Nice, good stuff. Okay, see, I don't know why he thought that was. Yeah, I agree. Kasha did a great job here, bud. Why did you think that was a good plan, though? I could have just ice barriered up, and then we would have slowed him down, hit him with Blizzard. We would have been fine. Oh, don't get sentimental with me. I mean, I appreciate that, bud, but... Selfish? Ah, whatever. We survived, right? What? Whoa. No. Is he like... This dude he's still alive. Look, I mean, looking at him right here, correct me if I'm wrong, he's still alive, but judging by his words, don't tell me he's circling the drain on me. We can get him patched up. Look, we got our little establishment here in Hillsbrad. We'll get you patched up. You'll be fine, bud. You just made a really traumatically dumb error. but it's okay. Yeah, something happened. Wasn't my fault. It was his plan, not mine. We were gonna tag team. Oh, no, he didn't make it. He didn't make it. No, that's... Damn, bummer. Bummer, family. Well... Family, we're going to go ahead and call it here for an episode. I know it's a little bit of a downer, but we're going to go ahead and give him a proper burial. And we're going to go head back and we're going to take it to the Alliance for sure. The Alliance is still here in Hillsbrad, but not for long, and especially not under our watch. Take care. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Let's show the Alliance who's really boss in these parts.